Up to now we have talked about CLI utilities. In Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8 there is also Cockpit. And even if Cockpit is not going to be the utility that is going to help you getting things done for your RHCSA, at least I want to give you an impression. So to start with Cockpit, you need systemctl enable -- now cockpit.socket. This makes sure that the Cockpit service is going to be listening. In order to do so, you need to authenticate, and this is only going to work if you have sudo privileges. As I've configured that before, this should be working. Alternatively, use the systemctl enable -- now cockpit.socket command as root. After enabling and starting the Cockpit service, type systemctl status cockpit.socket. This command will tell you that it is listening on port 9090. So we need to start the browser and connect to port 9090 on this host. So let's go to localhost port 9090. And there you go, here is the Cockpit interface. I would recommend that you log in as root. So enter the root username and password. And then click login. And that is giving access to all of the Cockpit features. As you can see, the Cockpit interface is divided into several options. So it starts with the system overview, where you can see the current behavior of your system. It's telling you about CPU use, it's about memory use, it's about disk I/O, and about network traffic. From this interface you can also restart your server or shut it down if you want to. There is a logs interface which allows you to monitor what has been logged recently on your server. There is a storage interface which allows you to work with storage devices. So as you can see, there's monitoring on the storage devices, but you can also easily add new storage devices. That is something that we will further explore later in this course. Here we have the interface for networking. Here also you can see that you can actively manage the networking. So we have a firewall option, we have the network interfaces, and if you scroll down you can see the related options, like the log file. In accounts, you can manage your user accounts. So if you want to create a new user, you can do it from here. In services, you can manage your systemd services and look at the current state of the different services. In applications, you can work with applications that are installed. These need to be Cockpit compatible applications, by the way. Then we have diagnostics report, which allows you to generate a diagnostics report that you can send to a supporting party. The kernel dump is used to make sure that when your server crashes, core dump is created that can be analyzed by Red Hat support. And then we have SE Linux, which allows you to figure out if anything seriously is happening regarding SE Linux security. In software updates, you can check if there are any updates to your software available. And in subscriptions, you can manage your current subscription status. Finally, there is a terminal option that brings you back to the console. And this is a convenient method to access a Cockpit from a remote machine and to have console access without the need to having to SSH into it. This is just a brief introduction to Cockpit. I think it's a very interesting utility, but as I mentioned before, if really you want to benefit from the full power of Linux, there's only one option, and that is using the command line.